everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Lydia here with your full moon reading in Sagittarius for May 23rd, 2024. And this is one of the first readings here. In the new moon reading, I was sick, so I wasn't able to actually do it because I had no voice. And I'm still on the tail end, but we're plummeting through here. Just to say, boy, oh boy, in the last few weeks, we've had some incredible solar energies coming in with the solar flares, the CMEs that are coming in. So that's basically huge, a whole lot of particles that are making its way through Earth. And we've seen some incredible northern lights as well that have gone as far as Florida, which is fantastic. But it also means that we are getting a whole lot of particle changes within our cellular structure. And what does that mean? That means that spiritually, we are raising our consciousness level to a whole nother level. And having said that, between now and the time that the end of this year comes around, boy, oh boy, we're going to see some incredible spiritual growths. Having said that, that's within us. That's our personal growths. At the same time, we're going to still see the strangeness in the world continue. However, I do believe that things are going to be taking on a little bit of a different turn when it comes to where we are right now in May. I believe we're going to be doing a July through December reading fairly soon. I'll be doing that and uploading that very, very soon. And we're going to see what the next few months are going to be like. I feel as though we're going to see a calming of certain areas within the world that have been in upheaval, but also even though there's still political unrest, and there's actually going to be, I feel that there's going to be even that much more political unrest as we head into November. And basically we have an election coming up in the States in November. So that said, there's a lot happening between now and then, and I believe that the full moons and the new moons, but the full moons in particular, are going to become more and more incredible. The energies are going to be coming in from even further back. For example, you'll start to feel the energies before the actual perfection of the full moon, and then thereafter. And that said, we're also feeling the solar energies from different solar and or lunar eclipse energies. We're still feeling the solar energy the solar energy from the eclipse that we had a month back. And believe me, we're going to feel more and more of the intensity of the energies. But at the same time, I believe our bodies are going to start to accommodate the energies a bit better as it shifts into our crystalline structures. It's something very, very different than what we have known for years past. So let's get right into this reading. We're going to be using two different card decks, but 3 cards. And I'm doing things a little bit differently. So let's see how this works. We're first going to be going into the Oracle of the Seven Energies by Colette Baron-Reid, and I've pulled a couple cards already. We're going to look at those in a few seconds here, and then the last we're going to look at the Moonology Messages by Yasmin Boland. So let's go right into this. I've pulled the cards. Like I said, I have not looked at them myself. The first card we have is the Divine Matrix. Okay, we've been seeing that, or I've been seeing this when I've pulled the cards from this deck quite a number of times. The Divine Matrix just basically talks about what we are in right now as well. Trusting the process of everything, recognizing that we are in a particular change that is orchestrated by the divine. And of course, knowing that the changes that are occurring within this lifetime, within this particular time period, are for us, not to us. It's basically allowing us to make the changes that we need to. So we might have to work on ourselves. We might need to, for the aura of Sagittarius, for this aura, of Sagittarius, it's about forgiveness, especially at this particular time in the full moon. We're trying to let go of whatever guck we have within us. I believe it's becoming more and more important at this particular time to really deal with that. Why is that? Because the more you are able to let go of the energies that are really low, so when you're dealing with guilt or shame or anger or depression, like extreme sadness, then you let those go, and now you're making room for something absolutely beautiful to come in. And the divine matrix tells us the intricacies of how humanity works together. It doesn't matter basically in the fact that you could put something out there, basically something to manifest, so a desire that you want in particular. And we talk about divine timing because of the fact that the vibration has to hit a certain threshold before that manifestation of the desire you want to occur. Why is that? Well, there could be a lot of moving parts. Depending upon how big this is, it could involve people, lots of people, different aspects of the collective to come together and to weave that rug to basically allow for the manifestation of what it is that you want to occur. Or it could also be circumstances that you have to go through in order to get to that particular existence of the formation of the material and or for the situation to occur. And that's that vibration. That's that hitting that threshold of the vibration. So it could be that a lot of things have to occur in order for you to get what it is that you're desiring at that particular time. Hence, divine vibration, divine timing. So in the divine matrix, in this particular time period, we're looking at how much is going on in the collective. I do believe too that, everything that is happening that's incurring change and transformation and the alchemy of change in general. We're basically having to do this, having to go through this in order to manifest the necessary changes, the breakdowns of the old systems, and bringing in the new, and bringing in our newest, higher evolved consciousness. So this is an intricate relationship and how we are in actuality all one. So that's what I believe it is also happening, especially when we're talking about this particular moon. Sagittarius has a dreamy quality about it too. And we can dream our reality into creation by also exercising our power within us. We have that energetic power that comes from the divine matrix, that comes from the ethers, from Great Spirit, and taking that energy and actually sending it out there in intention, sending it out there in prayer, if you want to call that as well, and putting it to a very good and very large use. And the more you do that, as well as in larger groups, the more you're going to see the results from that. So let's go on to the next card. Let's see the little story that is being said here. Call of the Muse. Call of the Muse. So this is about the creativity that we have to, and that is another Sagittarius quality, that it is very, very creative. We're at this stage of the game that we can at least formulate our creativity, recognize that we are creative beings and that we need to create. The more you do create, the more you actually start to bring in new energies and more opportunities for yourself. So calling the call of the Muse is a twofold thing, recognizing the divine feminine within each and every one of us, and it's becoming very, very prominent at this time. It is the resurrection of the divine feminine at this particular time, and also recognizing the fact that the muses are about the creative parts of ourselves. What do we want to see in our creations? And that's it also calls upon the fact that whatever it is that we put out there in our thoughts, as well as in our actions, and our words, is very, very important at this time. We send something out there and we expect something totally different to come in. So in other words, watch your thoughts, watch what you say, making sure that you want to send out what it is that you want and not what you don't want. There's so many of us that have had to train ourselves or retrain ourselves into stopping telling ourselves that we are not good enough, that we are to this and to that. In other words, just looking at the negative things that we tell ourselves, whether it's within our minds or saying it out loud. And our cells have memory. Our cells are listening. And so everything that we do is, it's taken internally. It's taken into consideration by the rest of our body. Our body and our mind and our soul work together. So you want to create that which you want. This is also telling us that we can create the world that we want as well. In the sense of deliverance, we're basically trying so hard to change the world, but at the same time, each and every aspect of that is about changing what we have within us to create what we want for what we see around us in the world. That means changing our mind into something that is more divinely constructed, and letting go of any of the negativity that prevails around us, or that is governing our thought patterns and so forth about who we are, and also wanting to send that message out there for peace, for example, sending peaceful thought patterns out there, sending love and compassion to anyone and everything. That's the newest part of this. This is in our evolutionary consciousness. It's about using unconditional love. That means sending out loving energy and or compassion to anyone and everything. And that means no biases here. I know it's a tough one. That's a very tough one, because there's biases right now are causing the irritations, shall we say, in peace. So what we need to do is transcend our thoughts, transcend everything, so that we're able to see above, a higher perspective. And that's the divine matrix as well, seeing that above, taking the stance of the divine and recognizing that we can create that which we want within the world, that which we desire for in the world. I don't think that deep down inside, any human being truly wants, something other than peace. I'm going to just leave it at that. I think we are looking to be as compassionate as the divine is. We have that piece of us, of the divine within us. So that means compassionate, loving kindness and understanding, unconditional love, recognizing that all is one, and that we are, in fact, not just one as human beings, but also with all sentient beings in this world. So the other thing too about the divine matrix and how it talks about or connects with the creativity of the muse, is that when we're talking about all is one, we're talking about being one with nature, one with the animals, with the minerals, even inanimate objects. The melding between us and that is right there. If you think about actually the movie The Matrix, when Neo kind of becomes himself at the very end of the first in the group of movies, he sees everything as one, and that's exactly what it is. I know it's a pre-tell of basically what it is. This is what we live in, and knowing that we live in that, then what we think are the molecules, the ideas, the energy that comes out of us makes a change in the energy that's around. I mean, that's actually that's very much scientific, is that our energy definitely influences the energy that's already out there. So keep that in mind when it comes to creation. Okay, let's look at the last card for this. Moonrise cleansing. Now I'm going to read from the guidebook on this one. The cleansing part, we are definitely cleansing when it comes to this too. This is a full moon. We're talking about letting go of things. So letting go can simply mean basically taking the time to go and forgive, using forgiveness as as a way of getting rid of gunk and things that we don't need within us anymore. It's about letting go. It's about recognizing that we need to have something new coming in. And in order for us to have something new coming in, we have to let go of the stuff that's causing such issues within us, the emotional turmoil that could happen. Cleansing is not just about the emotional and within us as well. We could, because it's spring in the northern hemisphere, and we're also going to transitional states, both in the north and the south hemispheres. We're now into a cleansing period. So spring cleaning, for example, getting rid of things that no longer serve you or that you haven't actually used in the last, 6 months to a year. It's no longer necessary for you to hold that energy there. You can shift the energy and change things around, even if it is drastically. Because in this case too, we're starting to notice that getting rid of whatever that no longer serves us, and that could be situations from the past and or people from the past, have also allowed us to bring in new circumstances and opportunities, as well as new people in our lives that change that help us to recognize the steps necessary on our newest leg of our journey in the life purpose path, which is highly evolutionary, because we are in this evolutionary consciousness raising. So let's look at moonrise cleansing. Drawing this card suggests that we've been going through a very difficult situation from which you're now finally emerging from. Even though you're nearing the end of this challenging period of your life, or perhaps are already there, you still have energetic cords or attachments that need to be cleared from the life. And that's what I'm saying, having an attachment from the past or anything, sever it, get rid of it, detach from that. Think of them as energetic debris that needs to be washed away by time and intention, and that's that cleansing and purification. Just as we can see the moon rise nearly every night in the skies, so you too are nearly always able to process upsets with some effort, and that's absolute. You can let go of the upsets. It's almost like taking off the layers of an onion skin and recognizing that, oh, there's something new, and you feel better each time you remove it. You need to carry out this cleansing of the body, mind, and spirit, or you risk remaining stuck in the past. And not only that, that could also cause the energies to move into this particular present time and cause a physical manifestation. So something physical could go wrong. Sit under the moon's beams and ask her to cleanse you. And that's beautiful, getting moon bathing into your life. Ask Archangel Michael to cut the cords of the past. Take regular self baths, or more importantly, set the intention that you're cleansing yourself of the past so that you can feel happier and recognize that there's a brighter future ahead. Once you're cleansed, you can start over in a way that you may not have even believed was possible. And that's when you take off those onion layers and you recognize that there's this brand new emotional happiness that is there for you. So let's go on additional meanings for this card. Something in this situation needs to be cleared. Use sage to clear the home energetically, or yourself as well. Smudging your emerging cleanse. So all the purification that you're doing at this time too, if you're doing it, then you will be emerging with newness coming in. Integrity and truth will win the day. Always stay within integrity and truth, and always demand that on the outside as well. Be kind, but also very honest. So that's being truthful, but also with couth, knowing what to say. About this particular symbol, the moon rises when the moon rises above the horizon. We can't see the moon every single night for various reasons, such as overcast skies or the position of the moon in relation to the sun, but she's always there, rising reliably. And so the moonrise in general, we're talking about what happens during this time of cleansing. It's really important to recognize that when we do cleanse something, when we do let go of something, and I think I would have to say that every last one of us can remember the feeling of what it feels like to have let go of something, and this could be someone as well, letting go of the grief that is also there. You've experienced it already, maybe to a fault, but this is the time to let go of the grief, because if that person has crossed over, they're right there. They're right there. It's not that you can see them physically, because our eyes are very different and they're categorized for this particular realm of existence. But the person that passed away or the fur baby that passed away is right there. It's in a different dimension. He or she is in a different dimension, but just right there. And it is sometimes very difficult because we have those cords that are attached to individuals. It's loving cords, and also that cord of familiarity with people. This is one of those things that I think humanly as well, it's an attachment to the emotion. But once you take the emotion and only center it in love and center it in memory and good memories, then you can now let go of any other attachments that come into that persona, where you can say, okay, I forgive yourself. That's something I'm working on too, actually. Forgive others, forgive the situation or situations that have been in the past that are causing grief. And having said that, I'm just going to say a wrap up of these the three cards here. We have the divine matrix because we are in it. We're basically recognizing that there's so much more to life than just what we see or what we've done physically. The divine matrix is also there to allow us to manifest, and it's a highly manifesting time period. When we do manifest, it means that there could be quite a number of variables that need to take place first to reach a particular vibration for us to see what we want in material form, to be patient with that. Then we've got the call of the Muse, which talks about the fact that we are at a very highly creative time period. And the more we accept the creation and what we can do, especially to make the changes around the world, empowering ourselves, taking that energy that we have within us, the compassionate, loving energy, and sending it out into the world, dropping down into our heart and taking the heart energy, which is 5,000 times the frequency than our brain is, and send it out there. Send out that love into the world. And then we will start to make changes. Creativity wise also, if you have projects on the go, or if you basically put them on the back burner, now's the time to restart them, revamp them, look at things a little bit differently from the higher perspective, and cleanse. So this last card is the Moonrise cleansing. We are in this state of cleansing. So knowing that we have to let go of some things before we allow newness to come into our lives. Because if you think about it too, if you think about us as cups, then basically if you've emptied your cup completely, so you let go of everything that you don't want anymore, then that cup is now ready to have the energy of beautiful empowerment and love and compassion to fill it up again. And that's taking it from a different perspective, because if you empty your cup and you try to work from an empty cup, then you really can't do anything. Then you need self-care in order to actually bring that cup back into a full state before you can actually do some things for others. But that is about cleansing. Like we're very much in a very iconic time period, and I would hazard a guess that basically the readings are going to become even more intensely spiritual between now and the end of the year, and then some, because we're now in this high trajectory, this rocket blast of our spiritual game, especially with the heightening intensities of the solar energies coming in, feeling things like a lot more than we ever have in the past, because we're becoming sensitive to everything around us. We are starting to embody the everything is one state that we've known that the universe has had. So I hope this helps. I hope that this gives you a wonderful full moon in Sagittarius to work with. And if you like this video, press the like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel to get the updates on the newest postings that I have. Plus, I want to let you know too that I have a free newsletter. It's weekly, where I give channeled messages and or card readings that go with it, so that you can get a little heads up of what's happening in the next week. And that's the channel messages from the divine that come in through me. So go to takebackyourpower.live or live. takebackyourpower.live, my website, and sign up for the weekly newsletter so that you can get a little tidbit of what's happening in the next week. Thank you again for watching my videos, and I really, really, really appreciate you so much. Thank you very, very much. You have yourself a wonderful full moon in Sagittarius, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.